I've heard for a long time this idea of loss aversion, that people will do more to avoid pain than to experience pleasure. And this carrot and stick metaphor that comes from psychology, is that appropriate or is it antiquated? Or are we really that simple? Pain and pleasure.
Well, there is that. I will say that the element of pain, though, like if you have these threats, they can be very powerful motivators, right? If you don't do this, you're going to get fired. Well, I will do that, right? Um, but that is a very extrinsic um, tool to use, and as soon as you take that um, penalty away, yeah, it does not tend to. The research that I've seen shows that once you take that penalty away, that behavior immediately goes back to the old ways, and so you constantly have to have those threats in place. And we talked about culture earlier, and these thoughts of engagement, right? It does not engender engagement, and it does not create a positive culture within the way. It actually lends itself to when you have those penalty, you feel like you're being controlled. And as humans, we don't like that our sense of autonomy, that our sense of control is being dictated by others. And so we will push back. We have a thing called reactance, where when our personal freedom is being challenged, we will push back on it. And I always use it's a silly example, but I had some dental work done a long time ago, and as part of that, for like 2 weeks, I couldn't eat caramels and popcorn and different things like that. And I'm not really a big popcorn or caramel person to begin with, but because I knew I couldn't, oh my gosh, I wanted to eat that caramel and the popcorn. It was like this big craving for me, but that was really reactance. It was because I couldn't, therefore I wanted to do it. And so it's those things of like people will go above and beyond then to kind of find ways around the system and to game the system when you're trying to restrict them from doing things. So it's a long-winded answer to say carrot and stick. Yes, the stick does work, but you better be really careful in how you use it because of all of the unintended consequences that that can bring.